Dear children, in previous class we have studied about the first law of motion and their applications, inertia, type of inertia, etc. Now we will start the second law of motion. So before studying the second law of motion, we will have to learn about the momentum. So momentum of an object is defined as the product of its mass and velocity. Formula: momentum equal to mass into velocity. In symbolical form, P equal to m into v. Momentum has both direction and magnitudes. Therefore, it is a vector quantity. The SI unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second. So after the momentum, we will come on the second law of motion. So the statement of second law of motion. So write down yourself. The second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of force. Got it? Listen again. The second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is directly proportional to unbalanced force in the direction of force. Now mathematical formulation of the second law of motion. Consider an object of mass m is moving along a straight line with initial velocity u. It is uniformly accelerated to velocity v in time t. By the application of constant force F through the time t, the initial and final momentum of an object P1 equal to mu and P2 equal to mv. P1 denoted by Pi you can say equal to, or P1 equal to mu initial momentum, P2 equal to mv final momentum. Now change in momentum P2 minus P1, that is equal to mv minus mu, that equal to take m common, v minus u. As per the second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to m into v minus u by t, or applied force F proportional to m into v minus u by t, or F equal to k m into in bracket v minus u by t equal to k m a, where k is constant known as the proportionality constant. Here a equal to v minus u by t is the acceleration, which is the rate of change of velocity. The quantity k is constant. Already you know that the proportionality constant, the SI unit of mass and acceleration are kg and meter per second square respectively. Therefore, now we select the unit of force in such a way that m equal to 1 kg, a equal to 1 meter per second square, F equal to 1 Newton, therefore k equal to 1. Now from the above equation, F equal to kma, you put the value of m, a and F, k equal to 1. Therefore, the value of k1 By putting the value of k1, the above equation becomes F equal to ma. It means force is equal to mass into acceleration. So the second law of motion give us two method for measure the force acting on an object as the product of its mass and acceleration. It means we can measure the force with the help of the second law of motion. So first law of motion gave the definition of force, second law of motion measure the force, and third law of motion is the application of force. Got it? Any doubt? But there are the certain applications of the second law of motion in our day-to-day life. For example, at the time of catching the ball by the players draw their hand backwards. Why? Doing so, the fielder increases the time of duration which the high velocity of moving ball decreases to 0. Therefore, the acceleration of the ball is decreases, and therefore the impact of the catching fast moving ball is also reduced. Got it? Any doubt? Means while catching a fast moving cricket ball, the fielder in the ground gradually pulls his hand backward. Doing so, the fielder increases the time duration which the high velocity of the moving ball decreases to 0. Therefore, the acceleration of the ball decreases and the impact of catching the fast moving ball also reduce. If the ball is stopped suddenly, then its high velocity decreases to 0 in a very short interval of time. Thus, the rate of change of momentum of ball will be large. Therefore, a large force would have to apply for holding the catch that may hurt and the pain of the fielders. Similarly, second example you can say, in a high jump athlete event, the athletes are made to fall either on the cushioned bed or the sand bed. This is to increase the time of the athlete's false stop after making the jump. This decreases the rate of change of momentum, hence the force also. The try to like this. Okay? So these are the some example of the or application of the second law of motion. Now the first law of motion can be mathematically stated from the mathematical expression of the second law of motion. Mark here, first law of motion can be mathematically stated from the mathematical expression for the second law of motion. We know that second law of motion F equal to ma or F equal to m in bracket v minus u by t, or by cross multiplication F into t equal to m v minus mu. When F equal to 0, v equal to u, for whatever time t is taken, this means that object will continue moving with uniform velocity u through the time t. If u is 0, then v will be 0. that is the object will remain at rest. In above equation, if f equal to 0, therefore mv minus mu equal to 0. Fv equal to u, therefore mv minus mv, that is equal to 0. It means if u is 0, then v will be 0. Therefore the object will remain at rest. So now there are some examples. Numerical example is given in your NCERT book. You will solve yourself. Now the third law of motion. The third law of motion states that the every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Action and reaction acts on a different body. Okay? Then next topic will be discussed later on.